DDG is facing a lot of backlash on social media, so he was on Jay Cinco's Twitch stream, and Jay Cinco asked him who's his favorite ex. So there's two clips that's going out. You have one clip that just says where DDG is asked who his favorite ex. Then you have another clip that has the whole clip that says where DDG is asked who's his favorite ex besides, of course, Halle.
Who's your favorite ex? Boom, boom, boom.
Favorite ex?
Boom, yup.
I would say, cool.
You can eat that biscuit.
I say the girl name started with a K.
Oh,
I haven't talked to her in
okay.
maybe realistically 5 years.
Damn.
But we had a
Good run.
cool. Yeah, it was a good run.
Okay.
You know?
In the full clip, you hear DDG being asked who's his favorite ex besides, and they don't say a name like I said in the beginning, but we all know who's his favorite ex besides Halle.
Favorite ex besides,
Favorite ex besides, I ain't gonna be no lame.
Now, of course, before they could even get off stream, there was clips going around of what DDG said, so he decided to explain, and here's what he had to say.
It was something clipped out of context.
What happened?
It was something clipped out of context, and I want y'all to know I do not care about that woman. I was just saying it for the sake of the game. And I just want to put that out there. I do not give a fuck. No disrespect to her, but I do not give a fuck about that woman.
How you say?
You see what I was saying, though? I was trying to exclude family. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. 100%.
I didn't want to put her in the game. You get what I'm saying?
Well, like I said, DDG started facing a lot of backlash. You guys know a lot of people on social media don't already like him, so that situation just made it worse. So moving on to the next topic, there's a woman that goes by the name Ava on TikTok, and she was talking about her story on how she called the FBI and LAPD on Blac Chyna because she felt like Blac Chyna was trying to traffic her. Now in the comment section, it was seen that Megan Thee Stallion was laughing in the comment section. Now a lot of people feel like, oh, maybe it was a mistake, maybe it was one of them auto responses where you go to the comments and that comment is already right there, and some people feel like there's someone else on Megan Thee Stallion's account. And someone even said they feel like Megan Thee Stallion put that because she doesn't believe the girl's story. So people started saying things like, remember the girl of that video trying to escape from China's hotel room? It makes you wonder. There's probably someone on her account. Meg ain't did that. Someone else said Tokyo Tony about to go on the most unhinged rant for a week, cursing Meg out. I think she's laughing as if she don't believe this. Another user chimed in and said it's all smiles now, but the second someone mentions her foot, she crying and want to change the subject. This person chimed in and said before y'all even start this narrative, Megan made it very clear 2 weeks ago she isn't personally running her social medias for the rest of the year. And then someone else said, y'all forgot the video of China trying to make that girl go in her hotel and she was trying to escape. That's when she turned holy. She knew her time was coming, just like when Diddy started that Diddy love mess. Y'all better watch. Now Blac Chyna did a 180. I know a lot of people say 360, but then if you do a 360, you back where you started. So some people like to say 180. So we know that Blac Chyna is a changed woman. She's more spiritual, and you see that she's changed a lot. And like this comment said, they feel like she probably changed after that situation because she was going to be in a lot of trouble. But you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions on that. I'm about to play Ava's video, so I want to know you guys' thoughts and opinions on her story time as well. And if you want to see all of the videos, because it's 4 parts, but they're 8 minutes long each, you can go on her TikTok, which is Ava Louie or Ava Louie.
I reported Blac Chyna to the LAPD and FBI because I think she was trying to traffic me. I've told this story before briefly, but I was scared. I'm still scared. My heart's racing out of my chest. I wasn't brave. I wish someone was brave and came forward before I went over her house. So this time I'm going to be telling you every single detail and showing you all of my receipts. I was so scared and so embarrassed last time I didn't tell my story in the right way. I just couldn't. Welcome back to my lore, part 59. For context, you can watch parts 1 through 58 in my lore playlist. I encourage you to do so because this entire series just shows that I was a very self-destructive young girl who made bad choices, in turn making me the perfect victim for something like this. I know a lot of my stories in this series are funny and told with a comedic undertone. I want you to be entertained, I want you to laugh, but this is one of those stories I need you to take seriously, especially with the current climate of Hollywood. I hope by telling this story I can inspire others to speak out and be brave. I got called a liar the first time, and I'm still back here telling my story and being brave. If I can do it, you can do it too. Before I give you the details, I can't say with 100% certainty what her intentions were for me because I am lucky I escaped. I am just recounting my truthful experience of that night. I can't tell you she was trying to hurt me for a fact, but I can tell you what I felt, what I experienced, what she said, and you guys can make your own decision. It was enough for me to go to the FBI and LAPD and for them to take my report, so. It was August of 2022, a couple days after my 24th birthday. I had flown out to LA to go on a first date and to have a meeting because I was in talks to shoot Playboy. I was staying at my friend Brent's house. Brent was in the talent management space. He always let me stay every time I went to LA. In June of 2022, I had sent Chyna a DM on Instagram asking to collab on OF. For context, if you're an OF girl, collabs are a huge part of your career. You want to take photos with other girls and post them on your profile to cross-promote. That's why you see a lot of duos like Aisha and Sophie Rain. At the time, it was alleged that China was the #1 OF creator on the platform. So I shot my shot thinking that we could do a photo shoot together. I thought we could take some sexy photos together, I could post them on Instagram, and then sell the photo sets of us together on OF. I really didn't think she was going to answer. You know, she was so famous to me. I was such a fan because I grew up watching her on the Kardashians. I didn't expect anything. I was just shooting my shot. She didn't answer until August 9th when I happened to be in LA. In my mind, I just thought, oh my god, what a great coincidence that she finally saw my DM when I happened to be in LA for the first time in months. I was so excited that the #1 creator on OF had responded to me. You see, my old business manager had told me I was never going to be successful and that I was never going to have a career and I wasn't going to do well ever. So seeing that the #1 creator on the platform I was most successful on wanted to work with me made me feel like I wasn't a failure. I thought this was going to be amazing. I gave her my number and I didn't hear from her after that until 2:30 in the morning on August 10th. I received a FaceTime call from a number I didn't recognize. I was half asleep. I just declined it. I texted and said, "Who is this?" She identified herself. I want you to keep in mind that I took all of these screenshots while I was in New Jersey, so the timestamp on the screenshots are 3 hours ahead of what was actually happening in the moment. When you fly coast to coast, your time on your phone changes, so the timestamps all changed when I was in New Jersey. When I saw I had ignored her call, I was like, oh my god, am I missing out on this opportunity right now? I told her, hey, can I talk to you another time? Brent was a talent manager, and, all night Brent and I had stayed up discussing, different things that I could be doing and stuff, so I just gave her an excuse. I don't know, I was half asleep. That's when she started to get kind of mean and threatening. I believe I was the one to FaceTime her back in that moment because I was like, I don't have a boyfriend, what are you talking about? She appeared intoxicated on FaceTime, but on FaceTime she introduced me to her photographer. She said she was doing a photo shoot in the middle of the night. She told me that this photographer was going to be the one that would take pictures of us, and that once me and her were close, he would be taking all my pictures from here on out, and that he's the one who's behind her success. She gave me a house tour. She showed me her new kitten she had gotten. She was asking me how I found out about her, how I knew about her. I told her that my best friend Alex was such a huge fan of her and Tokyo Tony, he always watched Tokyo Tony's live videos. China asked me to add him to the FaceTime call, so I added Alex to the call. She asked Alex for his Instagram and said, oh my god, you're so cute, I want to follow you. So I sent it to her over DM. She then started to follow both Alex and I. While on FaceTime with Alex and I, she was telling Alex, God sent me to Ava's Instagram, she's gonna be my new little sister. I wanna give her a hug so badly. She was telling Alex how handsome he is and what a good friend he seemed like. Alex and I just couldn't believe we were on FaceTime with her, and what we were witnessing, because she kept squatting over the camera, showing her butt to Alex. It was crazy. Everything seemed fine, it just seemed like a FaceTime call until China said, I need to see you right now or we're never going to be friends. She told me that I had to see her that night. Alex was texting me on the side being oh my god, you have to go, I'm such a big fan of her, please go. I was super hungover from my date I went on the night before, and I had no makeup on, I really didn't want to get out of bed. I told China this and she said, oh, I'll just come to you. So I gave her my address, and then she screen shared with Alex and I, trying to show us that she was ordering an Uber. She kept telling us that the Uber wasn't working, even though we could see that she wasn't even ordering it. She's like, for some reason it's not working, you're gonna have to come to me. She really wanted me to meet her and the photographer. She then texted me her address. She told me to come right now. I was still under the impression that we were going to do a photo shoot and that I was gonna go meet the photographer, and I really didn't want to miss out on that opportunity, so I agreed. I then called the Uber to her house. It was 4 in the morning. It says it was 7 in the morning in the screenshot because I took that screenshot once I was in New Jersey. Just want you guys to be clear on that. I get in the Uber at 4 a.m. China was still on FaceTime. Alex was still on FaceTime. When I was in the Uber, I said, oh my god, my phone battery is so low. Can I hang up? You're draining my battery a little bit. She told me not to hang up. She was like, no, I don't trust that Uber driver. I need to make sure you get here safe. Stay on FaceTime with me. So I did. It was 7 a.m. in New Jersey. Alex had just woken up. He was in the bathroom just staring at the FaceTime call, making sure I got there okay too. By the time I arrived to her house, my phone battery was at 6%, I think, maybe a little bit higher. All I know is it was very low. I assumed that I could charge my phone in her home.